Hello, everybody. Jared here with another blog update. This weekend was coronation, and I mentioned it before. It happens every year. I know, and ever since I've been part of the court, I pretty much attend coronation. I think there's only been one year where I didn't attend it in full because I had to work or something, but I'm going to say this. I had a good time, and there were some things that did happen that I'm not going to talk about on camera, but this weekend was a very busy weekend. It was very tiring, and I was like, I didn't go to the victory show because I was tired, and it was pouring rain. Sunday morning, it was pouring rain. The weather was bad, and I decided mom, Mark, and I, and my little brother, we all stayed in the hotel until Monday because Sunday we had brunch at 11, and we don't want to rush out of the hotel. So we decided to stay till Monday, and we have a day of rest after brunch. So we went to brunch. So Thursday night started the first night. We had the in-town show. I performed my Frozen mix. It did well. I performed well, and after that, I went back to because we weren't staying until Thursday night. I went home. I took a shower, got out of face, took the dogs out, got comfortable, and headed to hospitality at the hotel. For any of those who are not familiar with coronations, hospitality is usually a hotel room or a sometimes a meeting room, depending on the court, where they have food and free drinks and even alcohol. They usually have a bartender of some kind. Usually it's a volunteers, and you can tip the bartenders like you do at a bar, but the drinks and the food is all free, is included with your ticket. Now, the free food and drinks in hospitality, that is free. You're supposed to have your wristband on when you go to these events because it is part of your ticket. I'm sure the costs are paid for with your ticket. So so you get free food Friday. Typically, most courts do Friday, Saturday, not Friday during the day, Friday night after till about 2 or 3, and Saturday in the morning they do breakfast, lunch, and then in the evening after the coronation ball they will have food again. That's usually how they do it. So Thursday, what our court does Thursday night hospitality, which was seafood and rice of some kind. I didn't eat the seafood because I hate seafood. I don't eat that stuff. I never have. And I think I had like a cookie or something, and then I had like a soda or something. I don't remember what I had on Thursday, but I didn't really drink all that much, and I think I had a couple of drinks, but I wasn't like getting drunk or anything like that because I don't typically, because of the meds I take, I don't drink very often, and if I do, I don't take my meds when I do. So after Thursday night, I went to the event. We went to hospitality. I mingled, and and then after hospitality, I hung out with some people from Austin and Colorado. We all walked to Whataburger. I had nothing else after hospitality closed. We went to go eat, and then I called my Lyft to go home for Thursday night. Now Friday during the day, I was here at home. I took the dogs out. I fed them, tended to them, made sure they were okay. We checked into the room. We got into our room, and after we got into our room, we were good to go. We got ready at the at the out of town show on Friday. I helped be an attendant for the giving them their tip bag, so that way it would make the show go smoother. And people still were trying to tip the people, which is expected, but they got through most of the show. That they ended up not doing like 4 or 5 people didn't get to perform, but it happens. And then Friday night, I didn't make it home to check on them after the show. I didn't have a ride, and so I ended up just not. I was too tired. I was like, I'm just gonna stay here, and I'll go first thing in the morning. Saturday morning, I woke up around 10, came over here, checked on the dogs, then I had to be back in time for rehearsal to run through because everybody who's performing coordination night has a rehearsal slot to do a sound check to go over their music. Mark and I ran the number of times with mom, and after that we went upstairs. There was hospitality till 3, so we just mingled around, and then we went back to the hotel room and relaxed. Then it was time to get ready for the ball, and the ball starts at 5. The doors open at 5:30. Dinner's at 6, and the coronation itself starts at 7. I mean, that moved pretty quick. We actually got through pretty much most of the sets in a timely manner. Set 1, I was in my Elsa dress. I was gonna wear the braid wig, but I ended up slitting the braid loose because the braid was falling apart, and it looked better with my crown and all that. So I decided to do that. And then for second set, I had to change into my outfit for mom's number, which was a black outfit with black leggings and my jazz shoes, and I had my nice hair that I wore. I ended up wearing that hair for the rest of the night. Mom's number went very well. Everyone loved it. People were saying that her number was most entertaining. Apparently, she made the most money. And when you go to court, if you're performing at Coronation or at the out of town show or even the in town show, you get to keep your money there. You don't. You can donate to the court if you want to, but you don't have to. It's one of if you're asked to be a command or you're asked to or you're in the out of town show or whatever, that's your spot. That's your show. And one thing I learned from one of the past empresses of Austin, Tasha, she said that she'll MC, she'll host, but on Friday night when she does the out of town show, she doesn't perform. She'll host all like no one's business, but she feels like it gives her not performing gives someone else the opportunity to be on stage, because most coronations you only have a certain amount of time, and it's sometimes we don't always get to everybody. I've had it happen several times where they don't get to me. Last few coronations I've gone to, they have gotten to me. Obviously, Thursday night in San Antonio, in Fort Worth, they got to me, but that they didn't have a bar run. Our court had a bus tour, a bus to the Hidden Door and back, but I didn't go on the bus tour after the out of town show. I got comfortable. After the let's see. Then I changed into my gown for set 3, my evening gown, and everyone, when I walked in, they were like, "Holy crap!" I wanted to wear it because, one, it's a gown that I've only worn 3 times now, and I've paid $1,000 for it, and it's heavy as shit, but it's a beautiful gown, and I felt like it fit me better than it did when I first wore it. I don't know if it was because the undergarments I was wearing. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't as tight because I was able to sit in it, which I'm not supposed to sit in this gown, but I did. I sat on the dais for set 3, so after I got to dais, I got to experience that too. First time on the dais. First time, this year was first time I got ICPR. Which, and Sunday, after the ball finished, they announced the protectors of the throne or protectors of the realm, and my mom is one of them. So most of the people that are protectors are past monarchs or board members. So hopefully next year we will have candidates. We'll see. After the ball, the court, TRE members have to stay, celebrate down the ballroom. After I walked in my gown, I changed. But here's the fun part. Because I'm part of the X line, like the non-binary line or gender fluid line, I got to walk my drag sister Jackie, who's a lifetime title holder. So when they announced me, Imperial Crown Princess Royale escorting, when they saw me dressed up and being escorted, I put my hand out like a guy, and it was probably the most MX thing I've ever, like Jackie said, it was the most MX thing I could ever have done, and we walked in there like we were the queens. People loved that. I was like, that was funny. So I am glad that I got to experience that. I got to walk. I got to be the and it was good being able to do that because I walking with my drag sister because she's an ICP for life and I was an ICPR, but unfortunately after coordination everybody starts from zero until you get invested. So Our investors is May 13th, so they will let us know. Our first meeting is May 7th, which is not good because I wasn't planning on being back in time before the meeting. I was gonna have not have left McAllen, but I'm gonna probably end up having to change my bus schedule to Sunday and leave early in the morning instead because yeah, I would rather not miss a meeting and not get in trouble. My dues will be paid beforehand, but I don't want to give them reason to say, "Oh, well, you didn't go to one meeting." I don't want them to have any reason to tell me no. Like I've said, they're going to get tired of me at some point. But I'm happy to say that I was able to do it. I was able to finish the year strong. And after we broke down the ballroom, I went up. I got something to eat. Then I got out of drag, and after I got out of drag, I got comfortable, got into my PJs, and walked and called the lift to go check on the puppies. I had to go feed them and not feed them, take them out, change their pads. I was pretty quick because surprisingly they didn't make a big mess. But when I go and I come, when I go on trips, it's hard. But I was in town, thank God, and I wasn't far away. It was just finding the time to sneak off and check on them. They're sleeping. The babies. See, oh, the baby's over there. Who's sleeping? Here's Mirabelle. Where's Mirabelle? Come on. Here's Mirabelle. Here's Belle Belle. And then there's Loki. So Sunday morning was the brunch, and they decided to give out all the awards at brunch because that would make coordination less. So Alexa ended up getting the Founders Award because she travels a lot, comes down here a lot to Corpus, and which is good. And second, she also got Empress to Future Monarch because we know, like I know Alexa, she does have aspirations, and she has this year been traveling a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if she becomes a candidate. I think I'm going to be in Waco in June, and hopefully I will see her reach that goal. I support the people that I've known Alexa for a good long while. I think highly of her. Being a charity queen. I do charity, but I also do shows and other things too. So I got it. So finally, they gave the Monarch to Monarch Awards, the founders, etc. And then they started announcing line member of the year. They announced Ronnie Tucker as the male line member of the year. They announced Jackie Fulton as the female line member, which is not my Jackie, not my drag sister, a different Jackie. And so for the X line, they announced, and I got line member of the year for X line. I was shocked, honored, and my drag sister said that she knew I was going to get this, and I said, it's almost like I knew. I'm pretty sure you did, Jackie. I'm pretty sure you did. And if she didn't know, I'm honored that I got this award. It is, a long time coming. It's well deserved. I've never gotten an award for the McCourt besides like little sister, little brother type things, but I've never gotten this type of award. I've never been line member of the year until this year. I've never been ICPR till this year. So much happened this weekend, and I'm glad that I was able to do everything I was able to do and make sure that I will be in San Antonio at the end of May. That's my next coordination plan. As far as traveling, in about a week and a half, I'm going to be going to the color guard competition, which is something outside of drag, outside of the court that I want to do. And our investors is May 13th, and in June is Waco. So there's a lot going on. I have other events going on as well, but I will keep everyone posted, and I hope everyone has a good day, and I'm going to try to blog on these trips as well. Bye-bye.